Hi, Mom. We got some new pictures from Alina, the family down in Texas. As you know, we have both Alina, Carlin, and Sophia down in Texas. Sophia and Andrew recently got married, of course. Alina and Adam were married years ago, almost about 9 years ago, and they have kids down there, of course. Just want to remind you about this. And this is your great-granddaughter, Annalise, the 3-year-old daughter of Adam and Alina, who live in Round Rock, Texas. So, what they do on the weekends typically this time of year is nice and warm in Texas this time of year, not hot, but warm, is that they have baseball season. It's been very nice temperatures down there, 70s and 80s down there, but what they do on Saturdays is that they get together and they play organized baseball. So they have practice during the week, then on the weekends they have games with opposing teams in the area. So they have a nice park set up where they have a dozen or maybe up to 20 ball fields in there with bleachers and other things, including a scoreboard too, very well set up there in Round Rock, Texas. And the kids get to play ball, and it's kind of fun. The kids like it. So this is Annalise. This is last weekend. You may have already seen these pictures, but this is Annalise, your great-granddaughter, and she's about ready to play some ball. So she's at one ballpark, and this one is of Oliver at a different ballpark. Same park, but a different field inside that park. So difference between the ball that Annalise plays, which is called T-ball, and Little League Baseball, which Oliver plays, is Oliver gets to swing at pitches being pitched at by a coach. And so, the rules are the same in baseball. It's just different. T-ball, and I'll show you that here in a moment, is where a ball is placed on top of a pedestal, and the kid goes out there and takes a swing at the ball, which is kind of like floating up in the air on top of the pedestal, and all the other rules of baseball apply. So T-ball is a really nice innovation for baseball for Little League. Yeah, didn't have that when I was a kid, but when Dad took me to, to baseball practice. But definitely is a nice innovation now. It gets kids involved in the game at a much younger age. So here's Oliver last weekend taking a swing at a pitch that's soon to come from one of the coaches at the ballpark. And what they do, or at least what they did last weekend, is that they had a picnic after the game. And this is in the afternoon. We have Catherine here, which is my wife, visiting down in Texas. I'm not down there, but everybody else is down there. And, of course, Sophia. You recognize Sophia. And they're watching a ball game, at least one of the games down there. And after the game, they're going to have a picnic. Everybody brings kind of a dish to the picnic, and they call it a chaos dinner. In other words, they just kind of get together. They don't get together. They don't share anything. They just make a dish for the picnic. So it could be a casserole, it could be bread, it could be a meat dish, salad, or dessert, and they just bring it together. And the thing about the chaos dinner is that if everybody brings a dessert, that's what they have for dinner. They have dessert. Might be strudel, it might be ice cream, might be cupcakes, but they get together and have that chaos dinner. And they did that this time as a picnic. So right after the ball game, they just got to a picnic table out there in Texas, and they had themselves dinner. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit and show you who's here. You have Annalise here on the left, great-granddaughter. Oliver, Andrew, and Sophie recently got married in November. They're planning on visiting here with you sometime soon. You have Catherine in the background, Adam, and Alina for the chaos dinner. So let's go to the next picture. Carlin took that picture, so she was out of the picture in the last one. She's in the picture this time. So here's the family again. Carlin in the foreground, and then the family in the background, the rest of the family in the background. Kind of fun. Everybody's there but me. Annalise here in the foreground, Andrew and Sophia, Catherine. Now people are just busy eating right now. Adam, Oliver, and Alina. So, again, the picnic again. Everybody's here. You may have already seen that, actually. See if we can move out to a different picture. There are a number of them that were made. So there you go. It was a warm evening in Texas. I think in the low 80s, upper 70s. Very delightful temperatures. This is a picture I shared with the family. All these pictures are shared on an application that one gets on their phone. This is a hen that I caught eating eggs out of the chicken coop. Not allowed to do that. The eggs come to me. They don't go to the chickens. And, of course, when they peck into the eggs, they make a really big mess. So I caught this chicken with egg on her face, you might say. I don't know if you can see it very closely, but there's yolk on the beak. Grass is part of the nest. And we had to deal with that chicken, perhaps in a kind of an unpleasant way. But, that sort of behavior has stopped, and we're starting to get eggs again, which is good. So let's scoot over here and let's see if we can find some pictures. There were some pictures that were posted this morning, and this kind of shows you how the ball game works. So here's Annalise swinging at a ball that's placed on top of this pedestal here, and because of the shape of it, they call it T-ball. All the rules of baseball apply otherwise, but the kids don't have to worry about having to hit the ball from a pitcher. You don't have to worry about a ball that's being pitched at them. They just put the ball on top of the platform here, and they take a swing at it. And again, all the rules of baseball apply just after this. So here's that ball on top of the pedestal, and she just takes a whack at it when she's ready. And then, all the rules of baseball apply. This is kind of a piece of art that Annalise had made during the week. Alina sent that just about an hour ago this morning. And it looks like some rose petals and some other items in here. It's not really clear what it is, but they get glued into place. And she probably took that home as a gift to her mother. So here's Annalise, your great-granddaughter. Got a really pretty smile. Again, down in Round Rock, Texas, a school project. And that's about it. That's it for the pictures this week. So if this format works for you, and whenever I get a lot of pictures that are sent from the family that seem interesting, that you might like to know what's going on, I will send those to you in a video format just like this. Okay? Hope you're having a good day. We'll talk soon, okay? Bye-bye.